All right, so more thoughts on when impatience is a virtue. So it's so funny. Like, even the reason I don't like ordering stuff online is, even you got Amazon Prime, whatever. It's like takes too long. Like, I click the button. I want it now. I don't want to wait a day, 2 days, 3 hours. So at least that's one of the upsides of going in store, where you could buy this kind of immediate feedback. And also, one thing I realized with clothes is you kind of want to touch it physically before you figure out whether you want to buy it or not. So for example, when I was traveling, before I travel, I was like, okay, I really want to get a pair of shorts with zippers on it so my stuff don't fall in my pockets while I'm in transit. So experimented, ordered the outlier.nyc workout shorts, and I really didn't like them. I returned them, and then I went in store to the Lululemon store and I tried on the License to Train shorts and actually ended up really liking them. And now, since I'm not really in transit no more, I'm like, I don't really need zipper pockets no more. So I was like, oh, should I just get another pair of shorts? So right now I just have the simple Uniqlo workout shorts, which are super cheap and they actually work just fine. They don't have zippers. The problem with zippers is that, like, assuming you want to keep your Ricoh GR in your front pocket, zippers slow you down even half a second, so zippers are bad. So assuming you're not in an airplane or in transit or in taxis a lot, good idea to get shorts without zippers. But anyways, so I tried on I actually touched some of the other Lululemon shorts, and I'm like, they just feel kind of normal. So I'm just kind of like, whatevs. I'm just gonna stick to my cheap Uniqlo. The Uniqlo stuff is so underrated. I'm just buy more stuff at Uniqlo. I have this like ultra light down jacket that I got on clearance, Jean-Michel Basquiat in olive green, which I quite like. Cindy bought it for me online. But like on sale for like $20, and it still worked the last 6 years just fine. So in some ways, with clothes, just buying cheap clothes, I think it's kind of a smart idea. But anyways, so having to wait for stuff is super annoying, and how does one overcome that? So some thoughts is, like, for example, at the gym, yesterday I wanted to do some heavy dumbbell press, but all of the benches were taken. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll just do a floor bench press instead, and I was able to hit the 2 plates. So when it comes to the gym and working out too, if you have the chance, right? Try not to wait in line. Better to just switch it up. Make the decision based on the situation at hand. People call it being flexible. I don't like the notion of being flexible because it sounds too imprecise. I would call it more like a Bayes theory to life, where given the situation at hand, you make the best decision. So essentially, don't plan ahead. Planning ahead is not good. So even simple things like going to the gym, I think it's a good idea to have a kind of a fuzzy notion of what you want to do, but you never really know until you get there. So 99% of the difficult thing is just getting your ass in the gym. But once you're in the gym, you're bound to do a few chin-ups and stretches and stuff like that. So when in doubt, just go to the gym. At worst, you could just use the bathroom and just chat with people and see all the pretty folks. Have a nice chat, make some friends. Also, I guess as an entrepreneurial strategy too is, if you really, 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 really care about something enough, you yourself will innovate and build it. So almost like as a naturalistic thing, I mean, like, I think my ambition outstrips my time, energy, and physiological force. But the things which are really, really, really critical to me in life, like spending time with Seneca, doing my creative work, going to the gym, stuff like that, that stuff is super critical to me. So I'll do it regardless. and everything else that I would quote quote like to do just ends up in the wayside, and that's totally cool. It's a natural filter. And I think actually a lot of people are afraid of having kids because oh, I'm just gonna have so much less free time. But it's not really a matter of how much free time you got. It's more of a matter of like what is truly crucial, critical in your life. And the whole notion of curation is to only do that which you care about. So even life curation, you can think about life, curating your life, whether it be the people you interact with, and just food you eat, what you do, your activities. It's all a form of curation where you should only do that which you care about and don't do nothing that you don't care for. So thinking more long term in life, I highly suggest you to follow your impatience. And actually the funny thing about being impatient, right? In some ways I actually spend less money. I'm actually less consumerist because I'm just for example, even if I had $1 trillion in the bank, I would have zero interest in putting a pre-order for any Tesla because I just don't want to wait. And even man, you gotta buy a new car, you gotta send there. Even if you go to a dealership, you want to buy a brand new car, even if you don't want to haggle, right? You're still gonna have to sit there for few hours doing the boring paperwork and stuff like that. So even more easy than doing that, just calling an Uber, so much easier, or just borrowing a family member's car, so much easier. A lot of people don't like to do that because they're like, oh, I have less freedom, whatever. But in fact, I think your life becomes more streamlined. And once again, the thought of procuring another, we're just borrowing Cindy's mom's car, and certainly there's times where it's a little bit Cindy's mom's got to use the car, and then we have to not do the thing we want to do because she's taking it. But then you actually end up, it's like a creative constraint. We end up being creative, so we just walk down the block, go to see our nieces, cousins, and nephews instead, and actually ended up being a super good, duper good thing instead. So just as a life thought, just try to figure out how to leverage impatience to your benefit.